They sent me over these pictures of this mug with a bamboo shaft coming out of my head and everything. It's really nice.
From global fame as Thomas Magnum to a quieter, more reflective life, Tom Selleck's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. As he approaches 80, this Hollywood legend has stepped away from the limelight, embracing a lifestyle that few could have anticipated. But what led him to redefine success on his own terms? How did a determined young man from Michigan rise to iconic status? And what challenges shaped both his career and personal choices? In this video, we'll explore the untold story of Tom Selleck's evolution, uncovering why his current life sparks both admiration and a sense of nostalgia. The humble beginnings of Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck was born on January 29, 1945, in the heart of Detroit, Michigan, into a modest family that, while not wealthy, instilled values of hard work, humility, and perseverance. His father, Robert Selleck, was a real estate investor, and his mother, Martha Selleck, was a homemaker. The young Tom grew up in a household where the concept of success wasn't measured by fame or fortune, but by integrity and the effort one put into achieving personal goals. These values would remain a cornerstone of Tom's character throughout his life, even as he rose to become a global star. When Tom was just 3 years old, his family made a significant life change. They packed up and moved west to Sherman Oaks, California. While this relocation may have seemed like a typical move for a middle-class family seeking better opportunities, it was a pivotal decision that would unknowingly set the stage for Tom's future career in Hollywood. The sunny, laid-back environment of California contrasted with the industrial backdrop of Detroit, and Tom found himself immersed in a world full of new possibilities. It was here, in the sprawling suburbs of Los Angeles, that Tom would begin to realize his potential, not just as an athlete, but as an actor. A talented athlete with big dreams. Growing up in Sherman Oaks, Tom quickly distinguished himself as a talented athlete, particularly in basketball. Standing at a towering 6 feet 4 inches, he was a natural on the court. Tom's high school years at Grant High School in Los Angeles were marked by his leadership on the basketball team, where he not only demonstrated impressive athletic skills, but also the discipline and work ethic that had been ingrained in him by his parents. His physical prowess led to a basketball scholarship to the University of Southern California, USC, where he joined the university's prestigious men's basketball team, the USC Trojans. While at USC, Tom's life seemed to be headed in the direction of professional sports, or perhaps business, given his excellent academic performance. He was also involved in campus life, becoming a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity and the Trojan Knights, two organizations that valued leadership, camaraderie, and community service. These groups shaped Tom's personality, teaching him important lessons about teamwork, discipline, and the importance of personal integrity. However, Tom's story wasn't meant to follow a traditional path, and his destiny would soon take a turn that none could have predicted. A chance encounter with acting. It was during his time at USC that a pivotal moment changed the course of Tom Selleck's life forever. A drama coach, impressed by Tom's physical presence and natural charisma, suggested he try acting. At first, this idea seemed almost laughable to Tom. He had no formal training in the performing arts, nor did he have any aspirations to become an actor. His focus remained firmly on basketball and academics, as these were the areas he believed would bring him success. But the suggestion lingered in his mind, and the curiosity about this new potential career path grew stronger over time. While still pursuing a degree in business administration, Tom couldn't shake the idea of exploring acting. By his senior year, he made a bold decision to leave USC behind and fully immerse himself in the world of acting. This was a risky choice, as it meant abandoning the security of a well-established academic and athletic career. However, the pull of the stage was strong, and Tom enrolled at the prestigious Beverly Hills Playhouse to study under renowned acting coach Milton Katsala. It was there, in the halls of this esteemed institution, that Tom began to develop his craft and explore the nuances of acting, learning to navigate the complexities of an art form that was entirely new to him. Struggling in Hollywood, Tom's transition into Hollywood was far from smooth. Like many young actors, he faced rejection and uncertainty in those early years. His first ventures into the entertainment world were modest, with Tom finding work as a model and appearing in various commercials for companies like Pepsi and Salem cigarettes. While these opportunities allowed him to make a living, they also cemented his image as a handsome but superficial presence, an image that would be difficult to shake as he worked toward proving his true potential as an actor. It was also during this time that Tom was called to serve in the National Guard during the Vietnam War, a duty he fulfilled with honor and dignity from 1967 to 1973. While this experience was marked by its own set of challenges and sacrifices, it also had a profound impact on Tom's personal development. The time spent in the military instilled in him a sense of responsibility, discipline, and groundedness that would later inform many of the strong, dependable characters he would portray on screen. Breaking through with Magnum P. Upon completing his military service, Tom returned to Hollywood with a renewed sense of purpose. The early years in the industry had been challenging, but Tom's persistence began to pay off. He landed small roles in television shows like The Dating Game, which showcased his charming personality and good looks. However, it wasn't until the 1980s that Tom's career truly exploded. In 1980, he was cast in the role of Thomas Magnum in the hit television series Magnum P.I., a role that would define not just his career, but also his personal identity. Set against the lush tropical backdrop of Hawaii, Magnum P.I. followed the adventures of Thomas Magnum, a former Navy SEAL turned private investigator. The character was a unique blend of rugged masculinity, charm, wit, and vulnerability, a role that seemed tailor-made for Tom. It allowed him to draw from his own military background and his natural charisma to portray a character that resonated with viewers across the globe. Magnum's signature Hawaiian shirts, mustache, and beloved Ferrari became cultural symbols, and Tom's portrayal of the character earned him both critical acclaim and a devoted fan base. Magnum P.I. became a cultural phenomenon, running for 8 seasons and establishing Tom as a household name. The show brought him immense fame, numerous awards, and a wealth of opportunities in Hollywood. Yet, as the series gained success, Tom was faced with a dilemma. The demands of the show were grueling, and the fame it brought often left little room for a personal life. Despite his newfound success, Tom realized that the very thing he had worked so hard to achieve, stardom, was also a source of stress and pressure. The sacrifices of fame. As Magnum P.I. continued to dominate television screens across the world, Tom was confronted with the harsh realities of fame. The pressure to maintain a public image, the lack of privacy, and the constant demands of the Hollywood machine began to weigh heavily on him. Despite the adoration of fans and the offers that came his way, Tom found himself torn between the allure of continued fame and the growing realization that his personal life was being sacrificed. One of the most significant moments in Tom's career came during this time when he was offered the role of Indiana Jones in Steven Spielberg and George Lucas's Raiders of the Lost Ark. The opportunity was a game changer, a chance to play one of cinema's most iconic characters. However, Tom's contract with Magnum P.I. prevented him from taking on the role, and he ultimately turned down the offer. Although he later described this decision as bittersweet, Tom knew that his commitment to Magnum P.I. was paramount. While the decision may have cost him one of the most iconic roles in cinematic history, it was a decision driven by integrity and respect for his obligations, a pivotal personal decision. During the height of his career, Tom's personal life underwent significant changes. In 1971, he married Jacqueline Ray, an actress and model, and the couple had a blended family. However, the demands of Tom's career, including the grueling shooting schedule of Magnum P.I., began to take a toll on their relationship, and the couple divorced in 1982. This was a difficult chapter for Tom, one that he rarely discussed publicly, but it marked a turning point in his approach to relationships and family. In 1987, Tom found love again with Julie Joan Mack, an English actress and dancer. The couple had a whirlwind romance, and their relationship culminated in a private wedding in Lake Tahoe. The pair welcomed their daughter, Hannah, in 1988, and Tom made a conscious decision to prioritize his family over the relentless demands of his career. This period of his life marked a shift in Tom's priorities, as he began to make more intentional decisions about his work and personal life. The quiet life on a California ranch. In the early 1990s, Tom made a bold decision to step back from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. He purchased a sprawling 65-acre ranch in Thousand Oaks, California, a decision that would provide him with the peace and solitude he had longed for. The ranch became Tom's sanctuary, a place where he could escape the pressures of fame and focus on more grounded, everyday tasks like tending to avocado trees and maintaining the land. It was a far cry from the fast-paced world of Hollywood, but Tom found great satisfaction in this simpler way of life. Though he embraced ranch life, Tom didn't completely step away from acting. He continued to take on roles, though these were fewer and more varied than before. One of his notable performances during this period was in the 1992 sports comedy Mr. Baseball, where he played an American baseball player adjusting to life in Japan. This role showcased Tom's versatility as an actor, allowing him to explore a different side of his craft. The early struggles in Hollywood. Tom's entry into Hollywood was neither glamorous nor immediate. Like many aspiring actors, he had to start small. In the early years of his career, Selleck relied on modeling gigs and television commercials to make ends meet. His handsome features and effortless charm landed him jobs with major brands like Pepsi-Cola and Salem cigarettes. But it was clear that his path to stardom would require more than just a photogenic appearance. In addition to these early commercial roles, Selleck appeared in a number of television shows and low-budget films, but his breakthrough was far from guaranteed. Casting directors often pigeonholed him as just another handsome face, which made it difficult for him to land significant roles. Selleck's persistence, however, was unwavering. Despite the setbacks, he continued to refine his craft and develop the depth of character that would later become his trademark. His big break came when he was cast in the lead role of Magnum P.I. in 1980. The show, set in Hawaii, followed Thomas Magnum, a former Navy SEAL turned private investigator. The role was a perfect fit for Selleck, allowing him to tap into his military background and showcase his natural charisma. Magnum P.I. was not only a critical and commercial success, but also became a cultural phenomenon. Fans fell in love with Magnum's iconic Hawaiian shirts, his mustache, and his beloved Ferrari. The show ran for 8 seasons, solidifying Selleck's place as a Hollywood leading man. The Magnum years: success and sacrifice. The success of Magnum P.I. brought Tom Selleck fame and recognition, but it also came with significant personal and professional sacrifices. The show's filming schedule in Hawaii was demanding, and Tom found himself spending long periods away from home, leaving little room for personal pursuits or downtime. While he was grateful for the success of the show, the intense workload often caused him to reassess his priorities. He was faced with a dilemma that many actors face at the height of their careers: the balance between personal happiness and professional success. One of the most defining moments of Selleck's career came during this time when he was offered the role of Indiana Jones in Steven Spielberg's Raiders of the Lost Ark. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that could have changed the trajectory of his career forever. However, his contract with Magnum P.I. prohibited him from taking on other projects, and despite the allure of playing one of cinema's most iconic characters, Selleck chose to honor his commitment to the show. Looking back, he described this decision as bittersweet, but he felt that staying true to his word was more important than chasing fame and fortune. This sacrifice highlighted a core aspect of Selleck's character: his loyalty and integrity. While many would have jumped at the chance to play a role as legendary as Indiana Jones, Selleck's decision to stay with Magnum P.I. reflected his deep sense of responsibility and his dedication to the work he had already committed to. The challenge of typecasting. As Magnum P.I. continued its successful run, Tom Selleck became one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. However, this success came with its own set of challenges. The role of Thomas Magnum was so iconic that it became difficult for casting directors to envision Selleck in any other type of role. Hollywood had a tendency to typecast its stars, and Selleck was no exception. The public's perception of him as Magnum made it hard for him to break free from the mold. In the midst of this, Selleck faced another missed opportunity when he was offered the role of Mitch Buchanan in the hit show Baywatch. Again, Selleck was offered a role that could have solidified his status as a leading man in television, but he declined, worried about being further typecast as a beachside hero or sex symbol. The role ultimately went to David Hasselhoff, who became synonymous with the character. Despite the limitations imposed by typecasting, Tom Selleck continued to evolve as an actor. He began taking on roles that allowed him to break free from the mold of the charming leading man. One such role came in 1992 when he starred in the sports comedy Mr. Baseball, in which he portrayed a washed-up Major League Baseball player sent to Japan to revive his career. To prepare for the role, Selleck trained with the Detroit Tigers and even participated in spring training and exhibition games. While the film itself received mixed reviews, Selleck's dedication to the role and the authenticity of his performance earned him widespread praise. The shift to television, Friends, and the Jesse Stone series. As the years passed, Selleck found new avenues to explore his acting talent. One of the most significant shifts came in the mid-1990s when he joined the cast of Friends. In this iconic sitcom, Selleck portrayed Dr. Richard Burke, Monica Geller's older boyfriend. Despite only appearing in a handful of episodes, Selleck's performance was so memorable that it earned him an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series. His portrayal of Richard Burke, a charming yet complex character, demonstrated his ability to break free from his earlier roles and prove that he could handle both comedy and drama. During this period, Selleck also began to explore television movies, and one of the most notable series he took on was the Jesse Stone films. Based on the novels by Robert B. Parker, the Jesse Stone series featured Selleck as a troubled small-town police chief, a role that allowed him to showcase his range as an actor. The character was morally complex and offered Selleck the opportunity to bring depth and nuance to the screen, winning him critical acclaim. Beyond acting, Selleck also served as an executive producer on the Jesse Stone films, demonstrating his expanding role in the creative process. Blue Bloods, a new chapter. The 2000s saw the industry undergo significant changes, with younger stars and evolving audience preferences creating new challenges for seasoned actors like Selleck. Despite these shifts, Selleck remained resilient, leaning into roles that allowed him to explore the complexities of aging and authority. This eventually led to his most significant role in years, Frank Reagan in the hit television series Blue Bloods. Premiering in 2010, Blue Bloods became an instant success, combining police procedural drama with family dynamics. Selleck's portrayal of Frank Reagan, the principled yet flawed NYPD commissioner, resonated deeply with audiences. For Selleck, the role of Frank Reagan was not just another acting job. It was an opportunity to channel his own life experiences, including his military service and his understanding of fatherhood. As the Reagan family navigated the complex world of law enforcement, the show also explored the themes of unity, tradition, and family values, elements that were close to Selleck's heart. One of the defining aspects of Blue Bloods was the weekly family dinner scenes, where the Reagan family gathered to discuss the challenges of the week. These scenes became a hallmark of the series, showcasing the complex relationships between family members, each with their own perspectives on the world. For Selleck, these dinner scenes were a way to highlight the importance of communication and connection within a family, values that he deeply believed in. A legacy of integrity and family. As Blue Bloods continued its successful run, Selleck found himself balancing the demands of a long-running television series with his personal life. Off-screen, Selleck retreated to his 65-acre ranch in Thousand Oaks, California, where he could enjoy a simpler life. Working on the ranch, tending to the avocado trees, and fixing fences became a form of therapy for Selleck, a way to stay grounded and connected to nature. Despite the physical demands of managing both a successful career and a working ranch, Selleck remained committed to both. In his late 70s, Tom Selleck became an enduring symbol of consistency, dependability, and resilience. He continued to find joy in the simple pleasures of life, whether that was supporting his daughter Hannah in her equestrian pursuits or working on his ranch. Through it all, Selleck's legacy remained rooted in his integrity, the values he upheld both on and off the screen, and the lasting impact he had on his fans and the industry. As he approached the final chapters of his career, Tom Selleck's reflections on his legacy were marked by a sense of gratitude and fulfillment. He understood that the passage of time was inevitable, but he remained unwavering in his belief that success should be measured not by fame or fortune, but by the positive impact one leaves on others. With his role as Frank Reagan and his continued dedication to family and personal values, Selleck had created a legacy that would endure for generations to come.